Welcome to week 6 of ITO 225 Web Technologies. We have 2 more weeks in this course just for you. Alright, let's look at this week. This is week 6. Make sure you check your announcements. If I have office hours or any other announcements, they'll be in the announcements panel here. So check on those once in a while. Alright, let's look at the modules. And let's look for week 6. Learning about PHP pages a little bit. Welcome to week 6. This week's lesson focuses on creating a website that uses server-side scripting to display on the web. Also, we will once again present a finished website project for discussion and critique by our peers. We will finish up with our textbook reading for this course, and we'll learn a little bit more about images and asset production. We'll start our final project. This final project will be an assignment over the next 2 weeks, this week and next week. We'll talk more about that in a second. Alright, so we started out with a basic HTML website. We moved on to that movie website with a lot of CSS, fixed website. We moved on to the latest responsive Bootstrap website, and now we're going to see a sort of a content management system using PHP pages and a little more pre-made stuff and a lot more bells and whistles you can add on your own if you like using WordPress. So you have by the time the next 2 weeks are done, you have a great cross section of some of the different options for web technology. And don't forget your practice of presence. Textbooks. We're just going to read a few pages in chapter 23 and 24, and that should be the end of reading in the textbooks. Once again, do this step by step if there are any on your own, and that's optional, but I encourage you to do that. Required resources. There's some other reading you should do. What is an AMP stack? Choose a software stack. And I encourage you to go through the videos in this LinkedIn tutorial. Would really like you to do that. Get used to sort of what's behind the scenes in WordPress. Alright, you can also do some WordPress tutorials, and I'll teach you a little bit more about that. And learn more about PHP. I highly encourage you to look at these videos. If you don't do the step-by-steps, at least watch some of them and learn a little bit more. Then you can always experiment on your own with the W3 Schools website. Very good universal website for a lot of what's being done in web technologies. Also recommended reading. There's some important information in Appendix D from your textbook about HTML and HTML5 that you might find useful. Alright, but make sure you read through and watch some of these basic videos that explain some of the behind the scenes of web technologies. In this page we talk a little bit about different content management systems and what those are. There's a short article about those you should read, and there's a couple different content management systems that have a lot of the things you would need for the web, for web technologies, and we're going to use WordPress for this next big project. But you're welcome to look at these other ones like Joomla or Drupal, but WordPress is one we're going to use for this next 2 weeks. Alright, our next big project is going to be creating an online blog or an online magazine. And so I just have a couple different magazines you can click on, online magazines, sort of get a look at what's out there, some of the styles, some of the different topics that are out there. Now these are ones that deal with graphics, with technology, with online information, with privacy, internet technology, information, things like that. So click on these just to get a look at what's out there, what sort of magazines that are online that might inspire you for this project. Alright, for this next project you're going to use WordPress. Now you have a couple choices. You have WordPress.com or WordPress.org. WordPress.org will let you download some software, some interface, and get your own map stack and everything like that. So it takes a lot more to use the WordPress.org. So if you're already a little more technology advanced, if you already have some other classes, this may be a good approach, and if you don't mind downloading some software on your computer. This is a good approach that will let you get a little more involved if you choose. Now this one will not be automatically, this website will not be automatically published. So if you did want to publish this website, you'd have to do that on your own through a hosting site. And we'll see more information about that in this project and the next. So this is WordPress.org, and it gives you a little more access to some of the code, HTML and CSS, and things like that. And once again, this is free. It's open source. WordPress.org. Now, if you don't want to go that route, if you don't want to do the WordPress.org, we do have the WordPress.com. That's your second choice. WordPress.com. You don't have to download any software. All right. So if you don't have a computer that can handle a lot of software, or you're not that familiar with that stuff yet, use WordPress.com. It'll have this basically pretty much the same interface, but it'll all be online. Okay. Now, if you get on that website and do the WordPress.com, I have some videos that walk you through that also. If you do choose WordPress.com, just make sure you always click the free website. Always click the free choice. Now, they have some that are you have to pay for. That offers a few more features. If you want to do that, that's up to you. But I encourage you to just go ahead and try out the free one first, and that's fine. So once again, for this next 2 weeks, you have a choice of WordPress.com or WordPress.org. They will do the same thing. They'll produce pretty much the same website. One's entirely online. You don't have to download anything. That's WordPress.com. WordPress.org, you'll have to download the software. You'll also have to download MAMP stack for your computer, which can be a little hairy, especially if you've already have one on there or used it for other software. There can be some interference there. So it's entirely up to you. Either way, you're not going to get any. You're not going to lose any credit, not going to lose any points, and not going to gain any points if you choose one or the other. So whichever one is fine with me. Once again, WordPress.com, a little more straightforward, completely online. WordPress.org, you'll have to download quite a bit more. All right, so that brings us to our critique, our discussion 6. Discussion question 6. And once again, you're going to present your last website that you completed, your business or institution website, your Bootstrap website. You're going to present that. So read through there. For the discussion question, you're going to present that. All right, so for this assignment, it is going to be PHP-based website using WordPress. Now, this is going to involve a little bit of research. So you're going to pretend you have an online magazine. Actually, you could publish this as an online magazine or sort of like an online tech blog, and you choose one of these topics. A magazine that deals with important graphic designers, developers, typographers, programmers, tech gurus, website designers, whatever. Social media marketing, internet and society issues, aesthetic trends in web design, artificial intelligence, online economies, gaming, music, art, religion online, photography in the age of the internet, topic of your choice. So any tech or design topic or developer topic you would like to choose, you're going to do a blog based on that, or an online magazine. All right? Then just follow the steps. Once again, this is where you get to choose WordPress.com or WordPress.org. So make sure you go to WordPress.com if you want that, and WordPress.org. So make sure, this looks like it might be, yeah, I think it takes you to the other page. Okay. You're only going to make a couple pages this week. Then next week we'll add a couple more. What you're also going to be doing while you're making your website is doing a little bit of research and writing 1,000. All right. So this would be an article that's going to show up on your website. It's going to show up on your online magazine through WordPress. So pick your topic, do some research. You should have 3 reputable or scholarly sources. Okay. Not Wikipedia, some other sources where you're getting your information from for your article. Make sure you follow all the steps. To submit, you can just send me a link or take some screenshots if you're just doing the WordPress.org. That will not be published, but so you can just send me some screenshots of your website. WordPress.com will automatically be published when you publish it, and I can access it through the internet. Don't forget we have tutorials and examples. Please file these tutorials to groups, WordPress.org, or if you choose the WordPress.com. If you choose the org, file these three. If you choose .com, file these three. Once again, this is the one that's a little more straightforward, all contained online, a little easier to handle as far as the tech side, but they both have pretty much the same interface. Check out some of these examples of what can be done. And these are sort of tech topic type websites. Okay, so that's week 6. And once again, got caught up with any missing work. This project you start week 6, you will finish in week 7. Alright, so have a great week, and let me know if you need any help.